Hello, everyone, and welcome to the final episode of Series 2, Leo and Mia English Podcast. I'm Leo. I can't believe we're here already.
And I'm Mia. This is episode 10 of Emotions and Feelings. 10 episodes, 10 emotions. And today, the topic that brings them all together, emotional balance.
We've talked about happiness, stress, loneliness, anger, pride, fear, gratitude, jealousy, and excitement. Today we ask, how do you hold all of these emotions in one life without being overwhelmed by them?
This is a B1 episode, our richest vocabulary of the series, and it feels right to finish strongly. Thank you for being here. Let's make this one count.
Mia, looking back at this whole series, 10 episodes about emotions. What surprised you most? What did you learn that you didn't expect?
Honestly, the thing that surprised me most was how connected all the emotions are. We kept coming back to the same ideas. Name your feelings. Don't fight them. They're information. Every emotion, even the hard ones, had something to teach.
For me, it was realizing how little time I spent actually feeling my emotions versus just reacting to them. There's a huge difference between I'm angry and I notice I'm angry. What is this telling me?
That gap between feeling and reacting, that's really where emotional intelligence lives. The gap is small, but it changes everything.
And did this series change anything for you in real life? Like, did talking about these things actually affect how you handled emotions day to day?
Yes, I noticed myself saying, I'm feeling jealous right now. That's information, instead of just feeling bad and not knowing why. Naming it gave me a tiny amount of control, and that tiny control made a big difference.
A tiny control making a big difference. That's the whole series in one sentence. Okay, let's do this final topic properly. What does emotional balance actually mean?
Emotional balance doesn't mean feeling calm and happy all the time. I want to start there, because I think a lot of people believe that's the goal, to feel positive emotions constantly.
And if you believe that, then every time you feel sad or angry or scared, you think something has gone wrong. You feel like you're failing at life.
Exactly. And that is exhausting. Emotional balance is something different. It means being able to experience the full range of emotions, the good ones and the difficult ones, without being destroyed by either.
So you can be very happy without being reckless, and very sad without falling apart completely. You have a center of gravity.
Yes, center of gravity. I love that. Think of a ship in the ocean. Storms come, waves hit, the ship tilts. But a well-balanced ship rights itself. It doesn't need perfect water. It needs good ballast.
And emotional balance is our ballast, the internal weight that brings us back to upright after each wave.
Exactly. And ballast is not built in a day. It's built through the practices we've talked about all series. Noticing feelings, naming them, breathing, moving, talking, reaching out. Each one adds a little more weight to your ballast.
So the goal of this whole series, if I had to put it in one sentence, is learn to sail your ship better, not to avoid the storms.
That might be the best sentence of the whole series. The goal is not a storm-free life. The goal is a ship that can handle whatever weather comes.
And listener, what does your ship look like right now? Are you well balanced, or do you need more ballast? This is worth thinking about.
Okay, I want to talk about some common myths. Things people believe about emotions that actually work against them.
Myths that sound true but aren't. Let's hear them.
Myth 1. Positive people don't feel negative emotions. This is completely false. Positive people feel fear, sadness, anger, jealousy, all of it. The difference is they don't let those emotions become their permanent address.
They don't let emotions become their permanent address. As in, you can visit sadness, you just don't have to move in.
Perfectly put. You acknowledge the emotion, you process it, and you let it move through you. That's very different from suppressing it, pretending it isn't there, or drowning in it, letting it take over everything.
What's myth 2?
Strong people don't ask for help. This might be the most damaging myth of all. The idea that needing support is weakness, when in reality, recognizing you need support and asking for it is one of the most self-aware, courageous things you can do.
I used to believe this. Completely. I thought if I admitted I was struggling, people would think less of me. But every time I've been honest about struggling, the response has been kindness, not judgment.
Because most people are waiting for permission to also be honest. When you go first, you give others that permission. It's a gift disguised as vulnerability.
A gift disguised as vulnerability. Okay, what's myth 3?
If you understand your emotions, you won't be controlled by them. Understanding helps, but it doesn't inoculate you. I can know exactly why I'm anxious and still feel anxious. Knowledge is not a feeling off switch.
So why bother learning about emotions then?
Because knowledge gives you a fraction more time, a fraction more choice. You still feel the wave, but you recognize it faster, and you have a few more options for how to respond. Over a lifetime, those fractions add up to a very different life.
Okay, the final practical section of the whole series. If someone wanted to build genuine emotional balance, where do they start? What's the toolkit?
Tool 1, and we've said this many times, awareness. Simply noticing what you feel. Not judging it, not fixing it immediately, just, right now I feel blank. One breath, one honest acknowledgement.
It sounds so simple it's almost silly. But it genuinely is the foundation, isn't it? You can't work with something you haven't named.
The foundation of everything. Tool 2, a physical anchor. Every person needs at least one physical thing that regulates their nervous system. For some people, it's exercise. For others, deep breathing, a walk, cold water on the face. Something that brings your body back to baseline.
Mine is running. Whatever is happening emotionally, after a run, I have more access to myself. Like the static clears and I can hear clearly again.
Perfect analogy. Static clearing. Tool 3, connection. One person, at minimum one person, who you can be honest with. Not to solve your problems, just to witness them. This is what I'm feeling. You don't need to fix it. Just be here.
The power of being witnessed. Just having someone say, "I hear you," without trying to immediately fix everything. That's incredibly valuable.
And tool 4, self-compassion. The ability to speak to yourself the way you would speak to a good friend. Not to a stranger you're trying to impress, not to an enemy you're punishing, to a friend you genuinely care about.
This is the hardest tool for me. I am so much more compassionate to others than I am to myself. I forgive my friends immediately for things I punish myself for weeks.
Most people are. And that asymmetry, that double standard, is where a lot of unnecessary suffering lives. You deserve the same kindness you give so easily to others. Remember that. And, listener, of these 4 tools, which one do you most need to develop right now?
And now, the final word of the day of Series 2. This feels like a special moment. 3 powerful B1 words to close the series. Mia.
Word 1, resilience. RESILIENCE. Resilience is the ability to recover and bounce back after difficult experiences. It's not the absence of difficulty, it's the capacity to keep going through it.
After 10 episodes of exploring hard emotions, I feel my resilience has grown. I understand myself a little better now. And I mean that sincerely.
Word 2, self-compassion. 2 words, SELF-COMPASSION. Self-compassion means treating yourself with the same kindness and understanding you would give to a good friend, especially when you struggle or make mistakes.
She practiced self-compassion. Instead of criticizing herself harshly for the mistake, she said, "This was hard. I did my best, and I can learn from this." Something to practice every day.
Word 3, equilibrium. EQUILIBRIUM. Equilibrium means a state of balance, when different forces or emotions are stable and in proportion. Emotional equilibrium is the calm center you return to after storms pass.
After the difficult week, she found her equilibrium again, not by avoiding the feelings, but by moving through them with awareness and patience. Resilience, self-compassion, equilibrium. 3 words for a balanced life.
And that is Series 2, Emotions and Feelings, complete. 10 episodes, 10 emotions. 1 big message. Your emotions are not your enemy. They are information. Learn to read them, and they become your greatest guide.
From all of us at Leo and Mia English Podcast, thank you. Thank you for listening, for commenting, for sharing. You make this worth doing every single week.
We have a big question for you. Which episode of Series 2 was your favorite? And which emotion do you want us to revisit in a future series? Tell us in the comments.
If you've been with us the whole series, please like this video and subscribe if you haven't already. Series 3 is coming, and it's going to be even better.
Take care of your emotional health this week. Name what you feel, be kind to yourself, and keep learning in English and in life.
Bye, everyone. See you in Series 3.